Hey you guys, welcome back to another episode of Resilient with your host, me, Wintertooth100. And in the last episode, we made a scavenger hunt for Joe. And after that, during the live stream, we worked over there a little bit. You can see I have the beacon set up, getting some of the height levels kind of fleshed out, figure out what we're going to do with that. But before we get started with today's episode, be sure to go check out the links in the description below. You can follow Joe Mama, Yshy, Slash, and Elo, or Elokiboo. All their links are down in the description below. They are also YouTubers on this server, so if you want to see different perspectives from the server itself, be sure to go check them out. They are doing some awesome stuff over there. Also, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and most importantly, that little notification bell. That way you know when my videos come out, which is almost every single day, except for Sundays, when I do a live stream. Alright. Let's finally get started in today's episode. I wanted to do something really quick with cleaning up this mess. I want to get the enchanting table downstairs. I want to get all of this stuff downstairs, and most importantly, you can see I have a bunch of item frames. I'm going to pop out these top stairs and we're going to item frame everything and get this place actually sorted. If you did watch, I believe it was in my live stream, I talked about I have now armor stand things in here. We have the custom mob heads. You can see all the mob heads. I got some of them. We have the special armor stands. Our shulkers will drop 2 shells now. I brought over a baby polar bear and he grew up on me. I named him Oliver. That is my son's name. I'm a polar bear, so that's my son, Oliver. And yeah, we also had a little gift from a Elokiboo. He wanted to steal all of my potions, and he did, and he left me all of this. And 3 diamonds. I took the diamonds out. But before we do anything else in this episode, I desperately want to get all my stuff finally sorted. Let me do that real quick. And just like that, it's mostly clean up here. There's an argument to be made to say that the portal should be put in the base somewhere, but I kind of like it on the surface. I sometimes have people coming out at my place. I like it when they are on the surface and not inherently in my base. Less likely to snoop around, I suppose. And technically I could make a flowing water thing down there as well, but it's no big deal. So I basically moved everything. It took way longer than I thought it was going to take. It's been a few hours actually, but I'm happy with the progress. You can see I put an item frame for everything. This one's going to be mycelium, that way we got our different grass blocks. This one's going to be the normal ice, because we got packed ice and blue ice. This one is the other leaves, so we have 2 rows of each of the leaves. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I'm afraid we're not going to have enough space in the concrete box or the glass box for all of the dyes. And also we have wool over here. Afraid we won't have space for that, but we do have 4 empty double chests still. Everything else has basically been taken up. Like this is the tool chest. That's my heads chest. Speaking of heads, watch this little clip. Meet your maker. I know it's real short, but it just wanted to show them I actually killed them, and we got a head drop from a phantom. When you're wearing really awesome armor, they're not that scary. They still almost killed me, but they're far less scary than the beginning of it. But phantom membranes, that's actually something we really wanted. Super excited about that. I don't have a place to put my pearls anymore. Yeah, but we're gonna brew up some of these guys. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's probably enough. That's gonna be 6 ridiculous potions. But if you recall, I think it's in the live stream I said it. The last live stream. Probably not the last live stream when you're watching this. Actually, I'm still technically behind on videos. But I want to have these potions of slow falling for the dragon. I have this idea where we go there, I pop a potion, she knocks me way up into the sky, and while I slowly fall down, I use my bow and I snipe each of the crystals. I'm kind of hoping she helps me kill her. So I'm gonna brew these up real quick. I believe I've never done this one before, but I believe it's gonna start off normal with the making the, what are these, turn into awkward potions, I think. And then we'll have that, and if I'm correct, it'll be redstone that we put into it to extend it. Again, I've never made this before. Never actually seen anybody else make them before. So this will be an interesting experiment. Alright, experiment confirmed. We can totally use redstone and extend the duration of these. This is more than enough slow falling potions, I think. I might even end up having to give a few of these away to the other members so they can try the same thing. Also, I imagine it'd be really great for when the dragon knocks you way off the edge of the island. You can just slow fall your way back to the island. So yeah, I'm excited to hand those out to the other players and see how well we do with the dragon fight. Continuing the tour of the base, I have added a garbage box, so anything you throw in here will get put into a dispenser that will launch it into cactus. I decided to go with cactus instead of lava because I don't know if lava has an effect on the world like flowing water does, so I don't want to put too many sources in the world that could quote-unquote flow, so I'm using a cactus behind it instead. It works just fine. Then we tour this way and back this way, and I finally covered up all the hoppers. This isn't my favorite looking room just because of how long it is, and then all of a sudden we see this almost looks like a arrow or maybe a mushroom shape at the end. So it's a little strange, but you know, it works. It kind of works. This super smelting system is not a super smelting system. I think I needed to put rails on top and have a hopper minecart running back and forth pretty much always. But you know, whatever, I don't even care. And you might notice that it seems dark in here. Well, we got the prismarine lamps in the ceiling to help light it up, and the lowest light level are in, not counting these ones because they have glowstone, but in the corners like this, it gets down to 8. So 8 is the darkest it gets in here, so it's not spawnable. But we come this way. This is, you know, if we want to keep branching out, we'll go that way. This will be a solid dead end because it's so close to the backside of those chests. We don't want to have anything conflicting with them. So if we go this way, we'll be able to also go this way right here if we wanted to. But I've moved the enchanting station down here. I've got us fully loaded on brand new anvils. Got a couple of chests to store some stuff. This one has lapis in it, crafting tables if you need it, place to keep your books. And yeah, I like it. I think it looks really cool. But I think we've spent way too much time working on this today, and there's something that I have said in every freaking episode. Let me grab my box. Said in every episode that we're gonna work on these walls, and guess what? Today is finally that day. I have Camera Bear set up. He's not on the server at the moment, but he's in the correct position. Can I get ahead? I cannot. He's in the correct position, so I just have to log him in. And we're gonna do a time lapse. We're gonna finally build these outer walls. In the live stream, we discussed where and how we can build these, and we also did a lot of work over here to determine where those walls could be built. And if we just pop over here real quick, it's quite a large space for a castle. Takes quite a while to get to the other end. We cleared out this monstrosity. This is the lowest level. You see where this grass line is, that will be the floor level for us. So this will be where you actually are walking. And it is sea level. You see it's right on the same level as the sea. And we're going to have our bridge going across at some point over there. It's going to be a fairly wide bridge. Normally I do like a 3 wide bridge, but I think it's going to be like a 5 wide, maybe even like a 7 wide, like a real bridge, because the castle, the people here living here need to get supplies. Like, it needs to make it over here. We also have to have armies be able to come over and defend. And by that same token, the armies want to also attack. So it's kind of bad in that situation. But we're going to need a very wide bridge so we can get large forces and equipment and supplies over here. But But once you come across the bridge, the path is going to kind of come out this way a little bit, and then it's going to come wrap around here, and it's going to slowly incline, and it's going to reach a point. See where this grass is? That's going to be like where our that represents the drawbridge height. Standing on that would be the same as standing on the drawbridge. So like the land's going to come up to a certain point about right here, and it's just going to have a sheer drop off on both sides. So you have to have the drawbridge to get across. And then we're inside the first gatehouse, and we carved this out during the live stream to kind of show the incline level for this terrain. So now we've come up a step. Like the terrain is actually slowly increasing in height, and finally once we reach here, this is its highest point, and the rest of the castle shares that same height level. So that's what we worked on in the live stream. It took far longer than I imagined it would to get that all worked out, but yes, now that we know exactly where these height levels are, that means we can finally work on these outer walls, because all of these outer walls right here are on this level, with the exception of the front part of the castle, because it's very defensive and the heights kind of vary in there to help with the fortification and being able to trap people in these gatehouses. But the rest of the walls all the way around are the same height, which means we can build the rest of the walls now. So if I haven't ranted too long, let's check out this time lapse. I really hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse. I have yet to edit it, so I'm not sure how well it may or may not have turned out, but it's getting pretty late for me and I still gotta edit this thing. So I thought we would wrap up this video. We'll take a look at it and talk about it. As I was building this and I got to the tower bits, I realized that I could have brought this down one more layer, and then these walls would have been the exact perfect model that we built. I instead chose a height and just built them and adjusted them to the height, something that I would have done regardless with everything. But now that I know that we're only one block off, I might come out and shave off another layer off camera and just bring all of this detail down. Basically extend these pillars one more block and have like this stair block would actually be there and that stair block would be the next block down. You know, just shift everything down one and bring the whole tower down by one, because I actually ended up raising it up a little bit on the edges to help with this transition right here when they should all be the same height across. But again, they're only one block off. So again, and it's just this section technically. I mean, yes, it's the whole wall side, but this is all I'd have to tear out right here is just this floor. The rest of that, you know, you saw me place it in. Hopefully you saw me place it in. But another thing that I wanted to talk about while we're looking at it, I agree. That weird straight line of grass, that looks really weird. I mean, that looks really weird and unnatural. Don't worry, I am on top of it. I recognize that that is strange and unnatural looking. We will correct that, but that is something that we're going to correct once the wall is installed all the way around, including the front, at least the front side of the wall, because we have this model that we're looking at, and it is built on top of what looks like a hill, and so I was thinking we'd do the same thing. So I got this shape in so we had something to build on, really. And once it's all built in, we're going to be able to come in with the shovel, and we're going to be able to just randomly carve some shape into it. Like, we're not going to have 90-degree angles right here. Like, there'll be a shape in this that kind of zigzags through to give it a more natural look, and then it'll roll off like a normal hill down into the water. So we do have a ton of terraforming, and a lot of it takes place in the water, which I'm not really looking forward to. But yep, it'll kind of round off from this zigzag shape that we give it to make it feel more natural. Plus those materials that it's going to be made out of, right along in the water and possibly a block above the water, like these guys. I want it to be sand. And then every block up from that leading to the wall, I want to be gravel, because that's the most. Looking at the model that he has created for this design, it looks like it would be made out of gravel. Let's see if Yuki will sleep for us. She's she kept racing me to the bed, and hers wherever she is, and so one night I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'll just keep working. She'll go to sleep. And then she didn't, and then I had to fight like a dozen mobs. I also recognize that those towers look a little strange when you're up close to them, so I hopped in a boat and I came out a little ways. They're kind of meant to be seen from about this distance. When you're on the island with the castle, you should be inside the castle walls. You should not be on the outsides of them. The closest you're going to get to viewing is from the island, which is just out of the mainland, which is just at a render distance over there. So you'll be about this distance all the time when you're looking at it, and this is kind of what it looks like from a distance. And that's kind of what I aimed it to look like, is better from a distance and just good up close, because these are details you're not supposed to be seeing. I mean, like, if you're like a real soldier and you're on foot, right, you're not supposed to be seeing that section of it. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you liked, subscribe if you haven't, share with your friends, and I will see you in the next one.